All right, so I have been asked this several times now, which tells me I need to figure it out, and we're going to do it together on camera. Rolled roses, can they be stemmed? Now, when you buy them from me, they come flat like this because the shipping to ship something stemmed would be probably cost prohibitive, to be honest, because it's, in my mind, this is going to be really easy to do, and it would just be doable for you after they arrive at your house. Whereas if I do it, it's going to be really expensive because I have to protect the stems on these. So this is what, I'm trying to center this on my camera. This is what one of my mini rolled roses looks like. My larger ones are, about that big. So this is what the top looks like, but the bottom, which is why so many people probably ask me, is flat, right? See, it's flat. And that allows them to be shipped and glued on like books and, glued on a flat surface, which is great. So, so they're not tipping, but it does prove it to be a little bit harder if you're trying to stem them. So in my mind, I believe this can be done, and we're going to do it together on camera. Okay, so I have floral wire here. This is 24 gauge. This is the only floral wire that I can find in my house. And I knew it would probably work for the little bitty ones, just because if they were larger, I'm not sure if 24 gauge, if you don't know anything about gauges in wires and needles and stuff, the higher the number, the thinner it is, right? I used to have some 18, I think, and maybe some 20 when I was doing some floral projects, but I don't have those. But I have had this roll of 24 gauge wire forever, and it comes in handy, and so that's what I've grabbed. I know that in my mind, the 24 is going to work well for my little minis. I assume it would work for my larger, but I don't know how sturdy the wire would be if you need to do something, maybe an arrangement or something. I don't know. So you would have to experiment with that. But I know that it's going to work, I think, for this little one. So you're going to make I'm really hoping this shows up on camera. Okay. So you're going to make a loop, like kind of like a circle. And you could like rotate it again, like maybe a circle and a half or two. I don't think it really is going to matter. What you're looking for is to create a flat surface, right? Like this, because the bottom of this is flat and you're going to have to adhere it to there. So I'm going to give it more surface area and bring my circle back together. This would be the important part. So I'm going to grab that flat surface. I'm going to bend it at a 90-degree angle. Sorry, this is going off screen because, so I'm going to bend it at a 90-degree angle, and I'm hoping that this shows up. I'm going to try to bring it up. I don't know if it does or not. Okay, so you get this flat surface, right? And then I'm going to, so I use, my glue of choice is Fabri-Tac. I take it out of its original bottle because let's be honest, if you use Fabri-Tac, you hate its original bottle. So I use a piping bottle, Sugar Bells, right there. I got that great tip from an online junk journaler. So I'm going to just like use my stuff. In my mind, I feel like this is going to work. Fabri-Tac really glues fast. Now, I don't know if you can see here. I'm going to hold my finger off screen. So now I've got this flat surface here like this. I'm going to try to hold my finger off screen a little bit so you can see. And that way it's going to dry with the wire that I have flattened out onto the surface of the back. And we're about to find out if this is going to work. Oh, it takes a bit for it to dry. So maybe I can edit this once I know whether it's going to dry or not. Anyway, this stuff is a little bit tacky, but that's what you like. It grows fairly fast. Or, I'm sorry, it dries fairly fast. It's really early in the morning when I'm doing this. So, okay, so I'm going to say, that it's a success. So, yes, it looks like if you do want to stem the mini roses, it can be done. You just need probably the appropriate wire. So it's not real heavy. Again, I have not tried the 24 gauge with my larger roses, but it does look like you can stem them. So, you know, if that's what you need, it can be done. Bye, guys.